Yes, so I'll be dropping off today. Ferris Bueller's The Day Off, the one without the extras. And it's yours. That's your collection.
A Meals on Wheels paid service? Interesting, eh? For you? Shall we say, every time you drop a tub off, it's £5? Fucking hell. Oh, fuck me. Oh, Jesus. Add 2 bags of rice, because one's not enough, and 2, as I found out, is too much. So next time I'm going to have 1.5 and chuck half a bag out. Curry is nice, brilliant, right amount, just too much rice. If I had a few more big mouthfuls, then we will be entering into the Queen's fisheries at Bridgerton or Scarborough, I can't remember now. We're entering that territory, and...
What's this? This mentions about £5 or something. You've had 3 so far, haven't you? I'll tell you what, if that's what you're hinting at, this is my suggestion. So if I bring you one more next Friday, and that'll be, we couldn't say £20. However, just do it 10, and that one box of Henry that's left over. If that's what you're implying, I'm not entirely sure what you were hinting at in your message. I may be wrong.
Sorry that message about the curry being nice, just the right amount. It was a bit sombre. It's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. The fact was, I was still recovering from it setting in my stomach. That's why it sounded, my response was a bit flat. It's gone down a bit, so yeah, nice.
In response to your every time I drop a tub off, I already messaged you about that. If you want to, if it's 3 tubs up to press, I think. So 4 tubs this Friday. So just do it 10 and into account that Henry.
All done and dusted. Thank you very much, Mr. Scott.
Well, that's test batch number 1. I'm hit the range at Skippendale. Basically, I wasn't happy with which was the previous batch, which was too much overdone with the gravy. So I had an idea of reconstituting the juice out of the Patax jars. I've got one in the pan at the moment, which was made out of a joint of meat that my mother gave me. Beef skirt. Apparently it's a thin thing, but the meat's a bit chewy, but it's nice. You just got to use your fork and knife on this one, but that's in the pan at the moment. But yes, thank you for that. That's paid for me. That's paid for me Mac 3 turbo razors from Asda. It's daft, right? It works out just as financially viable to get new razor with 3 blades than get the blades separate. I mean, the Mac 3 turbo ones, one I had before, was £8 with a razor and 3 blades, but £8 for 4 blades, just the blades, same price. So I thought, bugger that. So I saw a Mac 3 Gillette but turbo, apparently it's got 3D swivel or something. So I need it, otherwise I'm just carving chunks out of my face because they're worn out.
Don't drop tubs every day, because if you do that, I might as well employ you as a full-time chef.
It won't be every day. Next one will be Friday. We've only come today because my mother wanted something from the shop. Otherwise we wouldn't have ventured out. But the next delivery will be next Friday, a week. Yeah, but the exception with dropping meals off at my granddad's. That was my old man. He did all them. Hot pots, stews. Used to last me a week. I had no part in that apart from being the Just Eats delivery driver. And now, with my babyless clipper, I can now cut my own hair. Which will be fun. I've got the clips like for grades 1 to 8, but just have it unsheathed. Down to okay, Scotch egg. Down to wood.
Remember that time years ago when your mum used to do some dinner and used to drop it off at his bungalow? I remember them.
Yeah, but the exception with dropping meals off at my granddad's. That was my old man. He did all them. Hot pots, stews. Used to last me a week. I had no part in that apart from being the Just Eats delivery driver. And now, with my babyless clipper, I can now cut my own hair. Which will be fun. I've got the clips like for grades 1 to 8, but just have it unsheathed. Down to okay, Scotch egg. Down to wood. Right, you may have mentioned this film before. Now, obviously, I suggested Outside Your Residence today in Scunthorpe, Frightmare, and also Tower of Evil. But this film you mentioned before, and now the Snape. Bloody hell. And now, well, there's many titles. There's And Now the Snoring Starts, And Now the Sleeping Starts. Is it Stephanie Beacham, Ian Ogilvy, Patrick Wymark, obviously Jeffrey Whitehead. That's another option. And Now the Sleeping Starts. I took today to the Sue Ryder charity shop my DVD copies of the Alien quadrilogy because I've already got it on Blu-ray, so don't really need it. I made with that with my spare copy of The Skull, which the Blu-ray and the DVD between one. Well, the main reason is that I've got the same thing. But on Blu-ray. So, I'll just sing a last message, text. So, your choice. Is it Bed of Evil? Is it And Now the Sleeping Starts? Or whatever, there's a selection, I think, 5. Which one? Yeah, it was so they always would come to Scunthorpe. We didn't have to come to Scunthorpe. Well, some mother, rang me this morning saying about going doing shopping. Now we did our shopping the previous day. So any excuse for a ride out. So our first port call is 9 times out of 10 is Scunthorpe, and so that's why we're there. I mean, I took, as I said, I took my Alien quadrilogy DVD version, which I've had for quite a time. I thought I don't need 2 lots of it, so I've got the Blu-ray version from a charity shop. I might do the same with The Skull. And I got 6 Norman Wisdom films for £1. Norman Wisdom Volume 1, and it's got 6 of his films on it, so that's not bad. It was so nice calling at your residence today. A nice street, and briefly I was thinking, what if I'd done it a few years ago, long before even Gusher was on the scene. But if I, say 2 years into chicken factory, and if I'd had thought about it, even taking the plunge, you know, next council house. The past few times we've come off at Berkeley Circle there and going up Doncaster Road, and it's always been nice sunshine, and you can see the autumnal colours in the trees as you're driving up, and as you turn onto Avenue Vivian, again the tree lined street, you know, and then the Orchard Street is kind of nice. It's a bit narrow. I mean, it's not narrow, but definitely some people will have no choice but parking half and half, as long as they don't obstruct obviously the footpath for people with buggies or wheelchairs. Personally, I would have the curb lowered. I know it's quite an expense, but I would have the curb lowered. I mean, it's not as narrow as that street. When I was looking at, when I drove past that house that was for sale, it wasn't for sale very long. I'm not surprised really. That one, bottom end of Ashby, you turn right near that chapel and then you turn left again. It's that dead end, and it's only wide at the bottom where there's like a turning circle. God, I mean, I remember that day because I went down to the bottom, but I couldn't turn round because there was a bloody van from Sainsbury's doing the thingy. So I went back, and even with going into a thingy, I had to do a 15-point manoeuvre. It was that narrow, that street, and the people who was selling the house were looking over. But today, you know, every time I come and, you know, to your residence, and I think, God, why have I done it a few years back? You know, long before, well, I was still at chicken, why have I done it? You know, because I would have made it my own over a period of time, and it would be nearly paid off now, you know, maybe only 5 years left. However, unfortunately, I do not possess a time machine. Anyway, soon, well, it's getting quite close to the show time starting, because any later, and I'm feeling partly bollocks as it is. So, pick your choice, ASAP. You know, it's nearly time for show time. Nearly time for loading that DVD and pressing play.
The cock is starting to rise. Are you joining?
No, scrap film night tonight. Bakery run Monday, so I'll have little time really. Save it for Monday night, so we can have a night off. We could have a comedy hour. See, maybe it's a Gavin and Stacey. I've just about finished. Or did I? No, I didn't. I only started watching it. The one where he goes down for the second stag do. I didn't get to where he got to the stag do. The main problem is that it was a late finish last night. It's now midnight. But at least I didn't have a bakery run, so I had a go at nearly just about 5 hours. But it's kind of fractured when it comes to taking it to the bakery, because when I get back, I've only got like an hour before my 5 o'clock alarm goes off, and it's very rare that I get to sleep, so it's kind of crap. So I could do a comedy hour if you want. You don't have to. You can have a night off. What could do a comedy hour? Terry and June. I watched Terry and June for a while. Yeah, and won't bother with your film tonight. If you want to do a comedy half hour or a comedy hour, you can do a film Monday night. It was fun doing Tower of Evil. It's not such a bad film, really. You can tell it's done all in the studio with some stock footage of a grey sea with an island in distance. But apart from that, you just know it's done in studio. Yeah, I really enjoy these movie sessions because I don't know why I come up with the original. I think I come up with the original idea because you had limited times, opportunities to watch your films, and obviously with me just chatting and us rambling on, chit chatting, you couldn't watch your films and do this. But you know, now it's like I said, the idea was I thought, well, if we do this, then we can watch this film. It's like a Big Brother style CCTV webcam setup, and chat, you know, is secondary, and you can watch his films. Then of course that blasted computer course came up. Well, that's how I felt at the time, because you know, all those carefully curated get-together and sessions were wiped out, and you brought back up this idea which I'd suggested a few months previous.